tiny bit there, but okay, let's move on. But you got a hint of the kind of mechanics we have going, and it's very rich because you can accomplish a lot just with eyebrows, for example. Eyebrows convey a ton of different kind of emotions. So what we have in our favor is, really a sharing experience. I can totally see myself do this with my daughter. I would be the bad guy, she would be the princess. We'd take turns doing the voices, and the outcome would be this fantastically awesome, pretty story with our own voices. Also, I see potential in kids being able to be on their own, create something, and like a nice drawing, come up to their parents and be like, check it out, mom or dad. I think the parents actually will be proud too. And it's a good storytelling piece. This is actually very interesting because there's also potentially huge potential in therapy for this. I have a nephew, he's autistic, and I would just love to be able to put this together with this vision and see how he behaves around it, because it's a great communication method, actually, or expressing different emotions. It's also empowering, I think, for speech therapy, for example. Feedback is fantastic. You can, it's a great tool. I think there's potential. In terms of how we're going to market this, what's the time? Okay. In terms of how we would market this, there's the, let's say, consumer-centric aspect, which is a bit of a, let's say, a toy, but it's a very nifty, novel idea. And then there's the therapeutic part, which could be good, but each video that's output would be bookended at the end with created with tiny stories. So this would be kind of crunched together, and we would be seeding this video in social media through different channels. I actually think there's a market for adults too. This is what we flopped, but we were going to tell a joke. And it's super funny because you see these characters like, blah, and you're telling a story. So adult focus is good too. I think we should contact the specialized press also, and have a lot of contacts in the blog industry. So the way we're going to make money is it's going to be a free app, actually, but with 4 characters, great characters. And within this app, you're going to get a taste of it. This one is the typical beta source or book thing. You're going to get an option to get more characters. And these could be developed by a design community, which I would love to foster and help bring forward a community of tiny story characters. But also, I've had experience personally with Studio 100, actually. I did another one of their apps in the past, and I know how they think. And I think there's potential for IP, actually, to develop new IP. That would be very interesting. And I guess that's 1 minute. Okay, well, that's it.
Thank you. Any questions? I think they are tired.
Have you been in touch with Studio 100 already?
Yeah, not for this idea, but I know one of the hot shots that like it, but not with this version.
Why wouldn't they do it themselves?
Well, because they need to have this great idea. This is really fresh. Hunt for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally also possible for them to buy this as a white label and
Okay, thank you.